Kix does take down Colin. Oh no, that's 3 quick kills there for Athena. There's going to be another one right now as Cobra takes down Jag. He is unstoppable right now. And he's going to take down Kai's as well. Herinda Paul upstairs is going to take down Finn JL though. That's most unfortunate, but I would like to see Toby doing that with a teammate as Herinda Paul does take down Davin Atkins from the same position. Hasn't moved because why would you? He's not getting pressured and he's just going to pick up kill after kill. He takes down another one. Vanquish, do something about this. Don't just keep walking up to these holes. That's the 4K. As it looks like Glossy might be about to get engaged in a gunfight on yellow stairs here. And oh no, that Hater's on his drone. It must have been. There's the Claymore and it goes off. It does a tiny bit of damage to Glossy, but not enough. Oh, and he gets the second kill. Jackson has dropped down the hatch. He is actually down. Sophia is down there as well. Nice kill there from Joza, as they're going to want to finish off the kill. The res is going down, it looks like, and that's an easy triple here for Joza. We've got Nerdsync coming up for the flank as well, and he does manage to drop the player with Diffuser. He's not going to finish him off. He tries to. He does manage to take down another one. That's Aski down. He's got enough bullets left in the bag to come out, and he manages to get the third. That's going to be the denial. Oh, and he does get the kill. That's the double for Glossy. He runs out. He gets a second. Get a 64 on his own in a 1 versus 5. It is a 1 versus 3 though as he picks up 2 quick frags. This man is an absolute beast. C4 does get pulled. There we go. That's just Toby with the kill onto MC Hayden. Plant is starting to go down. Where is Zico? Zico's looking the wrong way now. He gets denied. Oh. Jay got booted, has heard Consta, and he gets that pick, making it a 3v3 now as Kix and Kais take each other down. There we go, there's that hatch. And the Patience, AS Flex. Going to be playing. Oh, what a shot from AS Flex. Signal Jammer is down. Wall is starting to open up now as Hayden claims his second kill. He's going to claim a third. Utility goes off. That's going to make Brian have to pull back. Oh, the triple kill. Destruction knows there's a player outside that window. He's going to switch his attention and take the head off Merxy. Nicely, he's going to get the second move. All the defenders out. Drop in and plant right here. That's exactly what you need. Leaving Necrosync all on his own in a 1 versus 3. He's going to take down 1. He's got 2 more to find. He's going to take down 2. That's the triple kill for Necro. Drone is going to find that player on the staircase. Oh, and straight away, Glossy takes him down. Intel goes out. Glossy's going to take down a second one. As LZ goes onto cams, Merxy has already pushed into site, but he's all alone. LZ is well off site, needs to come and join his teammate. Pix tries to come in and end LZ's life, but he is not successful. Now we see a very even match, and LZ takes down Rarity. Finn is going to peek him, and he's very low on health. Oh, nice kill there onto MC Hayden. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to game number 3 for week number 3 of TXB Pro. It's another night where technical issues. I tested earlier today for about 20 minutes, all good. I started doing a test stream at about 6 PM tonight, all good. 6:30 though, started having issues. And then I just couldn't get things streaming correctly. So what you are watching now is not actually live. It was recorded at game time earlier on today at 7 PM-ish, as you can see on the clock on the intermission screen there. I'm not using a cam today because I suspected there might be things that I'll have to do, so I can't really be on cam. Dylan's not with me. All I can do is apologize. This isn't the standard that people have got used to from me over the last year and a half when it comes to streaming. But this heat is just really messing up the computer. Let's take a look at the standings and see where we are currently. Now, we are going to be watching Athena versus Apollo. Athena, number 2 seed, with Apollo down there at number 8. They really need to do some work if they want to have a chance of making it into playoffs this season. Let's have a look at what everyone on Twitter thinks is going to be the result here today. 82% of people picking Athena, with 18% backing Apollo. That is what we are looking at here today. Athena, very, very clear favourites to be able to take the win in tonight's game. Will they be able to? Let's find out. We aren't going to be running predictions on the channel tonight because we don't obviously want any players that know the score or anybody that knows the score to have an advantage. and win points. So unfortunately, we won't be doing predictions tonight because this is a pre-recorded matchup. So apologies for that one. Let's take a look at the map bans and see what map we are going to be playing here tonight. We had Athena banning Coastline. We had Villa banned by Apollo, followed by a ban of Chalet, Oregon, Clubhouse, and Consulate, leaving us with old favourite Cafe. And we are going to be having Apollo starting on attack with Athena starting on defense if we go to overtime like we did last night with, no, not last night, on Monday with Mutiny and Vanquish. Then that will switch around and Athena will start, Apollo will start on defense rather than Athena. So that is the map. Those are the starting sides. I'm whizzing through this because we just need to get this done. Let's listen to the predictions panel and see what they think is going to be the result. It's game number 3 for week number 3. It's Athena versus Apollo. As we have had and are going to have for the rest of the week, we've got Call of the Lions, we've got Maka, we've got Clazo, all here on the prediction panel to talk about the games this week. Tonight, Athena versus Apollo. Athena, we didn't see played last week because unfortunately Orphic did forfeit. We saw them play against Vanquish in week number 1, and it was a 7-5 victory to Athena. Some people say that neither Athena or Vanquish looked particularly good in that game day. Let's see what they bring here tonight. Apollo haven't looked good either week, whichever way you cut it. They've been 7-1 and 7-0'd. I think it was 7-1 both times. They didn't do well. I'll reserve my prediction, and I'm going to go to Maka first. Let's do Maka first. Athena and Apollo, what are you looking to happen tonight?
Athena 7-0, easily.
Simple
Apollo,
as that.
I do not rate Apollo. They are on the fast track to challenge the league, and I can't wait to see them fall. I don't think... Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Apollo haven't had a good game since SEO Season 4, I think, which was last season. And they're not a good team. They have 1, maybe 2 good players on that roster that probably shouldn't be there, but for different situations they are. And I don't rate the rest of the roster at all, which is big words coming from me of all people. But I think it's a dreadful team, dreadful situation, and I'm praying on their demise. I'm not gonna lie.
No love lost there. Well, of course, we have just had a transfer window, so they might have swapped. Actually, they haven't swapped a load of players out. I think they've swapped out 1 player, if I remember rightly, from what I looked at in the roster. So I'm not sure they'll have done enough. Apollo's problem the last couple of seasons has been not working together well enough and not really gelling as a team. Clazo, what about you? What, Apollo and Athena and Apollo, what result are you looking at, do you think?
If I'm being quite frank, probably Athena. But Athena, in the past few play days, well, just in general, they've been very slow getting going for the first few rounds. So maybe Apollo will pinch a few rounds here and there. It's just Apollo don't really have any bite to their roster, I feel. It's like it's a very tragic story for Apollo, because I remember Apollo being like this top team that could just slay anybody, but how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah,
there's nothing really more to say to it, really. Athena just gonna win this, I feel, and Apollo are just gonna struggle. I mean, maybe it's not. I doubt it's gonna be a 7-0, but there is a real chance of that, actually, because it is Athena we're on about.
Athena are the kind of team where I feel like they might go into it with confidence, or enough confidence where maybe they accidentally let a couple of rounds slip. And it's always been said that Athena are slow starters, where best of 1s isn't even their best. Best of 2s they struggled with in season 1. I do miss best of 2s. I used to like the best of 2s. Best of 2s they struggled with because they would lose the first map and then win the second one, but the frustration I think would be there for them because there wasn't the third map to take the win, and they didn't like the draw, which I understand. So best of 3s is really Athena's playground. But even then in the best of 1s, I think they're kind of getting better at best of 1s, but it does still, they have that slow burn. So yeah, I think Apollo could possibly use that to advantage and sneak a couple of rounds in. I'm still going to say an Athena win though, so that's 3 of us aligned right now. Lions, we'll give you the last call on this one. Athena and Apollo, what do you imagine is going to happen tonight?
I would love to be the only one person to say Apollo to win, but I don't think it's happening. Like I said, Athena have always been slow starters, but like the only person I have really seen do well for them is Slams. So he's a good mate of mine, and he's doing all right in lots of games with Apollo. But like it's like I said before, everyone said before, like this is a dying roster. It's like it's struggling. Like Athena have always, like I said, one of the top 3 teams in this league, and it's always gonna be difficult for Apollo. Even though, like I said, I do feel like it's their potential, because I remember one time back before I was gone, like that was the one team I was probably scared of the most to play, because of their sheer fracking power, and they can literally just rush every round and probably still win it. Because literally the pure fracking power, and you just don't seem to have that at all anymore. I don't know what's happened to like players leaving or whatever, but it's like it's a lot different to what they were before, and it's hurting them very much.
Yeah, with the old roster that we all used to know, even before the likes of I Hit and Miss, Noticed, and the other guys and girls, they were a roster where, like you say, they were feared, and you could just tell their confidence and dominance with every round they played, whether they were defense or attack. You could just see the confidence coming through in the way that they played. Whereas this new roster, very different breed, very different play style, and it just doesn't seem to be working. Okay, so that's following the trend, another 4-0, and we're putting it to Athena. Okay, let's see how the game's going to play out. Thank you, guys. Okay, so that is the prediction panel. 4-0 to Athena on this one, and based on what we've seen so far from Apollo, you can't help but go with that. But let's see how it's going to happen. Let's see how it's going to play out here tonight. Everyone is in the game. We are going to kick off. We are going to Cafe. Let's not mess around. Let's just head on over there. And if the predictions panel will be correct, and if it is indeed going to be an Athena win. All right, just setting my control up correctly as we head over to the bands. All right, now, blue team, which is Apollo. Wait. Yeah, blue team, which is Athena. I'm so confused. Who is defending first, so they get to ban first. They're going to ban Ying. All right, so even though I'm not actually streaming, my computer's still really, I say see like you can see it, but my computer's still really slow to be responding. It does not like this heat one little bit. So we are going to get the Ying ban coming out from Athena. Interesting choice, very interesting choice. I've never seen them ban Ying, I don't think. Apollo going to ban Monty. Now that is a classic Apollo ban. Old roster Apollo ban, which they haven't really done much lately, but they are playing against Athena, and Cobra is playing, and Cobra does have a bit of a reputation for playing the Monty, so he's going to be unhappy with that because he does like the Monty plays. Mira is going to be the next one taken out, which is no big surprise. She's very strong on this map, certainly on the top floor, which is most teams' primary site. So no big surprise there. So what do we got? We've got Ying, Monty, Mira. Now, will we lose Kaid or will we lose Goyo? Goyo has been a popular pick on this map lately, but it's going to be Mozzie. Interesting. Now, I don't know if that's due to VOD review and they've just seen that a lot of Mozzie gets played by Apollo, but that's what they're going to ban, so interesting. We'll roll with it. Let's get the old overlays up there. There we go. Athena starting on defense, exactly as it should be. Right. Round number 1, we are going to go to kitchen service and cooking, not bar, which I did call as being the primary site for most teams for this lineup here. We're going to pause as Kix has dropped out. Because this is the very start, we won't penalize them with a rehost just yet. Bear with me for a second. Right, so apparently there is a sound issue for KickSync. As the game hasn't started yet, we won't count this as a rehost, but once we get into this first round, then it would count as a rehost if we did have to do the pause or the rehost scenario. So I think that's absolutely fine. We've waited a fair bit of time for this game to start. Well, you haven't, because, you know, we did this all quick and efficiently, whereas the two teams have had to wait for me to get my technology issues sorted out, or not sorted out as the case is, which is why you are watching a recording. Now, what we have been doing this week is starting the stream, finding out that it just isn't working, and then posting up the VOD onto YouTube later in the evening or for the next morning. Tonight, though, I don't want to lose the Twitch, because I like having the live stream aspect of it so that people can come together and watch it. So although you're not watching this live, I can record safely. That's fine. It's just streaming. For some reason, my computer is really, really struggling with this temperature. Like I said, I've tested it twice today, and it was all fine. And then 6:30 rolls around, boom. And all of a sudden, it just starts using like 800% CPU. And obviously, that's not going to work. So we move on. But I can record, like I say. I should be able to stream it later tonight when the temperatures have cooled down, around about 9 o'clock when things get a bit darker. The thing is, I sit here right next to an open door, and even with the door open and the air flowing through, it's still just too humid in the corner that my little desk is at, with everything on it. Okay, we might actually need a rehost. It looks like Kix is having trouble joining back. Okay, we do need a full rehost. Apparently, we are going to rehost. All right. Well, let's do this quickly. Let's do this quickly. There was me trying to get a nice, stable, constant video to broadcast. Heading over to Cafe. And we can see that transition there. Not being too friendly. Alright, so the band's already done, so they should just appear at the top of the screen. Let's get the overlay up. That's all correct still. Kitchen and Service was the site that was picked. They are going there, and it looks like we have pretty much the same lineup that we had before. So we are underway. Thank you very much for the patience to you, the viewers, and also to the two teams. All right, so no one has any kills, which is no surprise. NerdSync on a high ping, which has now dropped. Kitchen and Service going to be the first site to get played. Normally, we have Bar and Cocktail as the primary site for most teams. But today is going to be Kitchen and Service for Athena. That's what they are going to be favoring. It looks like we're not going to get a 6 pick coming out from either of these two teams. They are happy with the lineup. It feels as if the game's actually paused, but it's not. And it is starting. Okay, excellent. Oh, I can see so many recordings building up in my folder where I keep recordings. Right, let's start the replays so that we can keep the replays. Now, what kind of setup will we get going on downstairs? We are going to get standard double reinforcement here on prep, standard double reinforcement on main wall. We have one drone coming over here from the Christmas market, but just the one drone, so it looks like only one player will be spawning over here. It's very common for teams to spawn on river docks, which is always a surprise to me. I always spawn over on parking, but a lot of players spawn over on river docks. I don't like it because of spawn peaks from the doorway, the windows, runouts from over here. You've got NerdSync popping open some glass so that he can hear repels. He's going to stick a magnet down there. Is that a magnet? Is he playing? He is playing one way. Oh no, Cam's TG has left the game. Are we going to go with a 4v5 or are we going to get a request for a rehost? They do have 15 seconds to call for the rehost. But it doesn't look like it's going to come out. It looks like we are going to just play the 4v5. This is unfortunate. The world hates Rainbow Six Siege players right now. Absolutely hates Rainbow Six Siege players and their games. What are you doing to us? What are you doing to us, Siege? Rip. Anyway, hatch is going to get opened. Sorkser, or Jacob, we'll call him Jacob, is going to get on his drone and start moving that over into the red stairs and start droning out for intel. Jay got booted, also on drones, and Ulysses just standing here watching. Or Flanks is going to send out that air jab. Cams TG has rejoined us. He has rejoined us. So he'll be here for the next round, hopefully, as Kix makes his way here into coat check. Now, he is going to be standing here in a default spot, just waiting for someone to push him. As Jamore's watching Cams, Ash breaching rounds go out from up above. We can see Ash's silhouette up there, just looking down through the holes that he's created using that breaching charge and breaching round. She's got one breaching round left, no breaching charges. That is the last of it. The play here, of course, is to move everybody out from this position, but there is no one there. We have Vyzen over here in prep, just waiting for a hole to get opened up in a pretty default spot. But other than that, no one else is actually down there. We've got one player just over here in the service area, playing behind a shield. That's going to be Jamor, which is a very nice position, but Kovasink is going to get that first pick onto H8 Ulysses, as Visor makes his way back here into sight to peek through these holes that have been opened up by Sorkser, who has now left and has made his way down. It looks like we are getting a freezer push. Slams has the diffuser in hand. EMPs are going to go out. That's going to take out any utility that's there on that wall as Jamor takes down Sorkser. Two players left here on the side of the defensive team. Jay got booted on Ace. Slams on Thatcher. Nursing does get that pick. Jay got booted, almost got the team kill. But Cobra Sync is going to come around and is going to clean up. And that is round number one. Quite decidedly going to Athena. Would it have made a difference? Would it have made a difference if Cams had been in the game? Arguably not. Arguably not. So round one is going to go to Athena. Let's see if that's going to set the standard for the rest of the game. Now, we are going to see Slams picking Flores. I'd love to see some Flores plays. They aren't bringing Thatcher this time. They're going to bring Flores instead. Now, there is a mute in place. So, the problem here with Flores is he can be countered by mute. Obviously, mute signal jammers will stop a Flores drone. If you want to send a Flores drone in through a drone hole to try to take down some utility, if there is a signal jammer there, then it ain't going to happen. It just ain't going to happen. So it's an interesting choice to make that pick. Personally, I think Flores is a great operator, but I know a lot of people say that Thatcher is better. And in a lot of scenarios, yes, Thatcher is a better operator. But I think there is a place for Flores. I do think he has a place in the game. My audio has just messed up, so I might be crashing and I might have to reconnect. Is the game going to crash? I'm going to drop out. Yes, okay, I'm going to drop out. Okay, I've made it back into the game. We don't know who the opening kill was. Stream. Right, we have the last 10 seconds. Jay got booted, is going to be getting the plant down. Apologies for missing all of the action here, but Xboxes are going to crash. It is a 1v2 as that plant is superbly denied by Vyzen Sync. 1 second left to go. H8 Ulysses runs in. He does get the triple kill, but it just isn't going to be enough, and the round is going to go to Athena. Oh, stream. Right, let me make sure that this is recording. Yes, it is. What a week, stream. What a week. I'm on an Xbox One S. Left side of it's really cool. Fan on the top of it is very hot. The right side of it feels kind of cool as well. It actually wouldn't even let me switch it off through the button. I can't pause. Don't know who has control.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Okay, we are going to rehost. Okay. Start again. Ah, what a week. What a week. So that is Athena's one rehost. We allowed the one at the start because the game hadn't properly kicked off, so that one will be allowed, but that one rehost we just had, that is Athena's only rehost gone. I've used several rehosts for myself, so Athena has none, I have none. Apollo are the only team with rehosts left available to them. Reading Room Fireplace is going to be the site that we get played. These rehosts are going to lose so much momentum for these two teams. I can see the amount of recordings stacking up in my folder, and I'm currently at 9 times now that I have started recording this game. That's how many issues we have suffered.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
All right. Let's hope we can get through one round this time without the need to restart the game. Now, rehost, it's just in my mind now. Reading Room and Fireplace is the site that we are playing here, and typically you would defend this from up above. That's just the way that it always works. So we are going to get players running upstairs. We do not have Castle in play, who is a common operator to play on this site, but he is not being brought out here by Athena. They've decided to leave Castle at home. He is not wanted, him or his barricades, and instead they are going to pick some different operators. We've got 3 up here doing the setup, 4 up here doing the setup. We've got the hatch open, which is default, standard reinforcements, and holes getting opened up here. And we have signal jammers being placed over here by Mr. Nursing, who is playing on mute, opening up some interesting holes here down below. This isn't something that I've seen before. I like the look of this. I want to know what this is doing. Now, that could be actually to watch. That will be to watch piano from underneath, I suspect. So Nursing likely to be playing around here in the train area and looking up through those holes, waiting for someone to push through, which is very common. But what they don't have to worry about is H8 Ulysses, as he does get taken down by Jamor just 40 seconds into the round. So that is a nice early pick there for him, as Ulysses hunts around to try to find a cam that's going to be useful to him. But he isn't finding them. Instead, he's going to watch his teammates, while Cams is going to be watching drones. Here we go. Ulysses has found a cam. Now, I'd like to see Ulysses watching that cam instead of Cams, but there we go. It doesn't look like he's done it. Yellow pings do go out, and Cams tries to capitalize on that yellow ping, but he does not hit the spot. It is going to be H8 Ulysses that should be looking at that cam, giving the calls out to Cams TG. But instead, Cams is now moving that drone around, and it's likely to get lost here as he tries to get it away. I think he does manage to save the drone, fair enough, but Slams does take down Kicks. Kicks gets slammed by Slams as Nursing gets taken down by Jay got booted. That leaves us in a 3 versus 3 now with a minute and a half left on the clock. We've got Bison playing here on Shaiko, and he gets a beautiful kill there onto Slams. He gets a second one onto Sorksa. That's the double kill for Bison Sync, leaving Cams TG all on his lonesome downstairs at the terrace doorway, trying to push his way in. They know exactly where he is. He's got to either push it with big balls, or he's got to find another entry point. Personally, I'd suggest finding another entry point, which it looks like he is trying to find. He doesn't have the diffuser in hand. What is he going to do with 55 seconds to go? He's got 1 drone. We know that there was a player down there. Getting ready to jump out here. That's a bait. C4 is getting ripped. There it goes. And it does miss Cams, but that pushes Cams back into white stairs, and Jamor is up on that white staircase. Cobra Sync jumps out. Does get taken down by Cams. Jamor is going to back out, realizing, hey, it's a 1v2. Let's not take too many chances here. Let's not take too many chances, because he could kill both of us. 25 seconds to go. 1v1 on the white stairs. Cams is going to back out and go a different way, though, and starting to make his way towards that diffuser. Right there in sight. Fires through that doorway, not knowing that there is a player right in there. He's not going to pick up that diffuser. He's going to go for the kill, but it is going to be the trade. Bison and Cams taking a kill each. But unfortunately for Cams, Bison was not the last player standing. And in fact, even if he was, it still would have been a win to the defensive side, because that's just the way it works. in case you don't know, the way it works is that if it gets to a situation where both teams have no players left, it will be the defensive team that win, because by default, the bomb has gone off. Ah, interesting. Now, as we look, we can see that rounds 1 and 2 were won by objective, but they were actually won by kills. So when you do a rehost, you lose that. That's interesting to know.
Need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
That's good to know. It's a good point. I hadn't noticed. I hadn't even thought about how that would work. So yeah, both rounds at the start, I'm pretty sure were won by kills. I will double check that on the VOD later just to make sure that we got that right. But I will be recording it as kills, not objectives. Because that's what I wrote down. That's what I saw happen. I'm sure of that much. In fact, yeah, because I haven't seen anyone defuse, hit the diffuser. So no, the diffuser was never successfully planted. All right, so we are going to go back to kitchen, and we're seeing a similar setup to what we saw last night from Orphic, which is reinforcing a single wall and then using an Aruni gate or Saria gate there with holes. Now, Orphic didn't use holes last night. Didn't use a Saria gate. They just used holes. They did reinforce both of these walls here, or these doorways here on Garage, but Athena choosing to only do one. We have no players playing upstairs on the second floor. Everyone is downstairs on the first floor, very close to site, or actually on site, as we can see Bison running around with that shotgun, going to be checking cams to try to find where those pesky attackers are coming from. Sorkser going to be pre-firing through that doorway as he opens up this doorway to see, hey, there's a Saria gate here. How am I going to take that out? He will need to use one of his stun grenades, which he does. That is now taken down, and it looks like he's getting pinged. He's looking around trying to find the cam, but there is no cam to find because there is no operator with cams. So I don't know what he was looking for there. He had the look of someone who's been spotted by a black eye, but there isn't any Valkyrie on the board, so yeah, that's an interesting one. Cam's going to try to get his drone in to spot this Aruni. They know that she's there, very common position to play, but Aruni is going to back out and take out that drone as she does so. That leaves us with 6 drones on the board for the attackers and still 5 players up and available to use them. As we can see, we've got Nerting playing here behind the shield with a nice ADS and 2 magnets protecting him. This is a great position from Nursing to be holding to protect that freezer, which at the moment does look like it is the attacking position of choice for Apollo. They've left the diffuser just outside. Sorkser, not taking that diffuser with him, is instead going to try to use his utility to open up some pathways. This will be able to take down the shield that's here. Yep, that's going to lose that shield. Nursing is far enough back where he's not going to get damaged by the fire. We do have one attacker making their way down White Stairs, and they will start to push onto Nursing playing here in the restaurant, or VIP, as it's probably most likely called. I'm pretty sure that's the VIP part. Yeah, it is the VIP section. Chuckball's going out to try to take him out, but the Magnets and ADSs are going to pick those up as Slams makes his way down White or Brown Stairs. Pillar Stairs, he knows Jaeger's there, and he does get that pick. Sorkser gets one of his own, but Slams does get refragged, leaving us in a 3 versus 2. Flores pushing aggressively in here, knows exactly where Kicksync is, and Jacob does take him down, but we are now left in a 1 versus 2 as Cams is taken out of play. Chamor and Bison both with full health, sitting on site, 25 seconds to go. No diffuser in the hand of Sorkser, who decided to just leave it outside. Pushing in, he has an idea where one player is because there's always someone in there, but Sorkser is going to commit suicide as he walks into that fire, and he just cannot take the heat. If you can't take the heat, they say get out of the kitchen. Sorkser couldn't take the heat, but he just kept on going. And that is 4 in a row for Athena. Not looking good for Apollo right now. Apollo have had some shaky games, some very shaky games this week. And this one, not looking any better for them right now. We need to see some drastic changes coming out here. Their attacks aren't cohesive. They're losing players early on. I mean, they got a couple of early picks there which worked well for them, but they just couldn't carry on with it. Bar and Cocktail next site to get played by Athena. They're not looking cohesive. We're seeing alive players looking on drones and yellow pinging on a static drone rather than the dead player yellow pinging on a static drone and giving calls. Instead, watching teammates rather than drones. It's not a cohesive looking squad right now. Everyone in this game looking really jittery with this current connection that we're rolling with. Everyone just popping about the place. Nursing opening up those same holes that he had opened up before. But I don't think they had them open when they were playing this site. I think it was only when they were playing Reading Room Fireplace that they actually opened up these holes. So interested to see how they're going to use them this time around. I assume it will be a player down below looking up through those holes, as it is standard to push through the cigar lounge. It's what everybody does. So I assume someone will be downstairs capitalizing on that. I'm just going to turn the game down sound. Game down sound? Game sound down a little bit. I don't know what's going on with my speech at the moment. One rappelling up. Jamor, is he going to go for the jump out or is he waiting? No, he knows that they've gone up. He's going to yellow ping that. This time we've got Castle in play. That is barricading off those double doors and this door here, which is an interesting choice. I like this. But clearly Castle doesn't. Kicks has decided, yeah, I don't know why I put that there. I don't like that. It's an interesting choice. It does limit your options somewhat. Castle is a very tricky operator to play without screwing over your team. Flores drone is going to go in to try to take down all of this utility that's here at the top of red stairs. And that does manage to distract the player in the little cigar shop, little cigar closet for long enough. As Slams does drop down. Stuns grenades go out, as does the C4, but that's not going to do any damage to anyone. H8 Ulysses propelling up the side, but Slams is going to get taken down by Nursing through that hole in that closet. Very common way to die. Two players repelled up here. No default cam taken down. This is a noof. This isn't... Jamor's just watching this going, hey, boys, we've got one on that window. We've got one running over to reading room doorway. No, he's repelling up now. No, he's repelling up now. He's going for the window. On Cocktail. Watch out for that one, my guys. Watch out. And they know exactly what to see. Yellow ping's going out. They know where he is. Bison knows something's going on out here. He's got an air jab to worry about as Jay got booted, gets the pick with the pistol. He is ridiculously low on health though. 1 HP. And a dream for him as Bison does get taken out. Nursing is watching cams for his team. That's what we like to see. Players watching the default cams and other utility, giving the calls to their teammates. 53 seconds to go. Jay got booted, has the diffuser. We are going to get a push for Cocktail here, but Jay is going to get pulled out by that proximity sensor, and that's going to make him run away to try something else, but he does only have 40 seconds. But Cocktail looks like it's the play. I wouldn't be surprised if we've got a setup here where Ulysses was going to be repelling on that window to deny anyone from trying to stop the plant, but instead we are getting a full rotate here to red stairs. We can see that Source is actually in sight, and he takes down Cobra, but Kicks does get that refrag 2 versus 2. One C4 has been pre-placed. It's going to open up that wall, but the player was there behind the pillar and he isn't going to get caught out, but that is going to make it very tricky to plant in the default spot. 2 versus 2, 10 seconds to go. Jamor takes down Jay got booted, leaving Ulysses all on his own in a 1 versus 2. He's got the help, he's got the gun, but he doesn't have the positioning as Jamor does manage to take him down through that hole in the wall, very cleverly opened up in the dying 30 seconds of the round, allowing him to get that win and putting another one on the board for Athena, making it 4-0. 5-0 rather, at the end of round 5. I feel like it's 4-0 because I've only really seen 4 rounds. Last site we're going to go to in the first half is going to be Reading Room and Fireplace. We need to see Apollo turn this around. I want to see them turn this around. H8 Ulysses is going to be 6 picking the Nook. And going on to Thatcher, which is a good play. I mean, we've got Thermite, we've got the Soft Breach. They know that Reading Room and Fireplace is going to be the site. Apollo know that Reading Room and Fireplace is where they're going to be attacking. So they've got the Soft Breach. Sox is going to mix it up. Instead of playing on the Flores, he's going to bring out the Sledge instead, so he can do plenty of vertical destruction. The aim here will be to take control of Cocktail right here, open up the floor, push the defenders out of position, Open up some floor around here as well. Make sure they cannot play in this area whatsoever. The idea will then be that Thermite will come up and probably open this wall and try to plant right behind this bookshelf. Alternatively, if they leave it too late or Thermite dies too early without opening that wall, they will most likely push in through this doorway and plant behind this bookcase right here and then try to hold from outside. That will be the plan of attack for Apollo. The question is, you've got the plan, do you have the execution? That is the matter at hand here. And so far, Apollo just haven't had the execution. They just haven't had the execution. Window getting opened up with an early jump out from someone. Who was it? It's the sort of thing Cobra would do. My game is crashing again. Come on. All right. Managed to restart my Xbox. I don't know who the opening kill was. Sorry, Zek. I know that's the sort of thing you need to know. Are we recording? Probably not. No, let's record. All right, 3 versus 3. 1 minute left to go on the clock. Now, I talked about what the plan was going to be. Not much damage has been done up above, but that's probably because Sorcerer is out of play, leaving us with just one operator that can do soft destruction. That is Ulysses playing on Thatcher with the breaching charges. He's used 1 right there in Cocktail. He's got 2 left to go. He's going to be responsible for watching that rotate and any other positions from up above. As we can see, Jay got booted, takes down Cobra, but he is refragged. That's the hard breach, which is now going to force the attackers to push in through this doorway and try to plant right behind this bookshelf. But they do not have the diffuser in hand. It looks like they are just going to play for frags. The diffuser is right over there. Looked like we were actually getting an attempt there from Jay got booted to plant in fireplace, of all things. Time is running down very low. Ulysses is going to get taken out as Cams is the last player standing. He's got a 1 versus 1 situation here. He could get around for the boys, but no! Jamor manages to take it, and we get the 6-0 at the end of round number 6. A 6-0 at the end of round number 6 as we switch sides now. And we're going to see Apollo move on to defense. Let's look at some stats for this map, shall we? Let's take a look at some stats. Cafe overall, 66% defender favored. As we go to Bar and Cocktail, this site itself is a whole 85% defender favored. This is based on stats from last season in this league. So last season, 85% of the times Bar and Cocktail was played, it was won by the defensive team, which does mean that realistically we should see Apollo starting to get some wins here. Now, Athena have played it twice. They won it 100% of the time, so they've used their quota of wins for that site. This one, by all rights, should go for Apollo. I'm looking to see Apollo really turn this round. They've had some poor results in this league so far. First season, stellar performance, going unbeaten in the league stage, just like Reborn did in Season 2. But at the end of Season 1, they lost both of their playoff games. They lost their first playoff game and then they couldn't make it through the lower bracket playoff game and they went out. Last season, they didn't... Well, actually, they won 2 games, I think, last season. But it was a difficult one for them. And this season, they are really struggling again. They need to get a stable lineup. The only 2 players that I see here today that were here last season is Cams and Jay got booted. Other than that, new lineup. Whereas what I'm seeing from Athena, to be fair, actually, Bison and Jamor are new to the team. Yeah, okay, so to be fair, Athena's roster today isn't that much older than the current Apollo roster that we are seeing here today. But still, it's interesting. It's interesting to see the difference between these 2 teams right now. Athena somehow still have it together. I don't know if it's winning gunfights. A lot of it's coming down to winning gunfights, it seems. Apollo just cannot go toe-to-toe with these gunners here on Athena right now. Very rarely has it been down to a situation where there's hardly anyone left on Athena. I mean, if we look, we've had a rehost. We can see they've got 3, 4, 5 deaths between Athena over the last, what, 4 rounds? 5 deaths in the last 4 rounds? Although that doesn't quite. I'm looking at the assists again. 3, 6, 10, 14. All right, 14 deaths. 14 deaths. And look at Jamal going 6-0 right now. So 14 deaths per round. We'll do the stats later for the post-game report to get the idea of the kills per round once the game is over. But it's obviously much, much higher for Athena as Jamal puts himself onto a 7 KD, taking out Sorksa. He looks around for a player to watch rather than a cam to watch. Jay got booted. Is going to play this same position over here in the freezer. Or by the freezer in the bar backstore. 5 versus 4. I'm convinced these rehosts that we've had or challenges with the game will not have helped the mental game for Apollo. It won't have helped for either team, to be fair, but Athena will be coming in with more confidence anyway, so it's not helped either team very much. Now, Cams is going to take some gunfire from the player on red stairs. He's going to pull out that shotty as the drone is going to spot him, but he's going to hold that staircase, that doorway with a shotgun, and he is going to take down Nursing. So a great play there from Cams, a very much needed kill, but it is a 2 versus 4. He's going to get a second one with the SMG-11, leaving us in a 2 versus 2. Athena's starting to get a little bit sloppy. 40 seconds left to go. Athena have diffuser. Are they on site? No, they're not. They're just off site. Jamal is just off site as well. These two players will need to play together if they want to get this 7-0. Cams and Ulysses just need to play very, very smart. Hold back slightly off site and hold from a distance. Both of these players are going to be pushing through from the same place. Cams knows exactly where Jamal is, and Jamal is now on ridiculously low health, and he is going to end up pushing Ulysses, who has not been having the best game. Ulysses is going to make the smart play. He's going to duck out to save his life so that he can come back and deny the plant if it starts to go down, but Kicks does take down Cams. Plant is going down. Ulysses is in a position to deny it, but he's waited too long. He's let the player come round. He's going to down one. Oh no, he runs out of bullets. He gets that kill. He's going to take the moment to reload. Plant is successful. The player is trapped there on the balcony. He can pull over, but Kicksink is going to peek out, and he is going to get that win. That was so close for Ulysses. So damn close. But no cigar. F in the chat for Ulysses there. Most unfortunate. As Athena take a commanding 7-0. 7-0 is the result. That's not what we expect. That is not what we expect. Okay, for some reason my screenshot button just has stopped working. But that's okay.